Hello everybody, Hassan here from Galaxy Invest. Just a reminder, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. So before we dive into today's video, I do want to mention I really appreciate the feedback that I've been getting about our YouTube channel. I know it's helping a lot of people out there, getting new investors interested in this space. So I'm very excited to see what we can do with this YouTube channel and with the community in general, especially the Twitter family. Yeah, you guys have done a great job subscribing and liking and even commenting on some of our videos. So it's I really appreciate it. I know many of us in the community want to see the space grow, and we want to see all of these companies involved in gene editing specifically, but also the genomic space, right? We want to see all of the space just grow with the positive momentum and just the sheer fact that this is one of those technologies that is so revolutionary. There was this thread today that the question was, is there any technology that's more revolutionary than gene editing? And honestly, we look at what Tesla is doing, we look at what some of these Elon Musk companies are doing, and they're doing an amazing job, right? They're tackling a different set of issues that have to be tackled. And many people, including investors, are interested in those spaces. But when it comes to genomics, when it comes to gene editing, I think there's a special opportunity here to look at the bigger picture, right? We have many diseases around the world that are killing many people around the world, right? Whether that's from first world developed nation all the way to third world developed nations, however you want to call them, these nations. But it's affecting many communities, many families, and I truly believe that if there's a technology out there that can tackle this problem, eradicating all diseases, cancers, infectious viruses, and so on, I think this is the type of technology that we want to rally behind. And I definitely don't want to live in a world where we have the technology to address those issues. However, we don't basically pursue those types of opportunities. Instead, we have companies like Uber that are worth well over $100 billion, while CRISPR Therapeutics is worth under 10 billions. It just, I mean, there's one app that gets you to point A, point B, and delivers pizza to your house within minutes, and then you have CRISPR Therapeutics, for example, that is literally curing uh, diseases, cancer, right? They're literally doing it. They've done it, right? They've cured sickle cell diseases and the beta thalassemia patients. So over 10 patients, they've cured them. So to me, this is one of those types of moments that we have to step back and understand the bigger picture. So there's a big opportunity here, and I really advise everyone here to look deeper into it. Many families are affected every single year, every single minute, every single second around the world with people that are affected by cancer. There are people that are affected by many diseases. And I truly believe that CRISPR, perhaps not a specific company, but just the space in general, will address that issue. We saw some of those mission statements of some of those companies like CRISPR Therapeutics and Tilly, curing serious human diseases, right? And also there's the other aspects to it, right? In this paper here, we took a look at this paper in the previous video. Again, you can find the paper in the link in the description. I'll put the link there. But if we scroll down all the way till the end, right? I think there was a really nice image here in this paper, and this paper basically stated what CRISPR-Cas system can address, right? It can address, the food industry, right? Plant biotechnology, so potentially eliminating world hunger. Very big, right? This is two things that I'm really excited for about this technology. It's not just eradicating all diseases, or most diseases anyways, but also eliminating and reducing world hunger, right? This is what this technology can provide. And there's also other aspects to this, right? We talked about it in a previous video. I really advise you guys to watch that video. I think it's titled something like "Endless Applications with CRISPR Genomics," something along those lines. But I do want to sort of go in this paper here, and maybe we can double down on the fact that this paper, basically there's a whole section for human therapeutics, right? So everything with diseases, cancer, infectious viruses. You see here in this paper, I think it starts here, right? We talk about treating genetic diseases, right? We talked about all the potential diseases that CRISPR Therapeutics and other companies are addressing. They have programs in the pipeline. Some of them are in clinical trials. Nothing in the mass market yet, nothing commercial. However, things are progressing. We've mentioned this in the past as well, where it is expected for FDA approval to change as years go by, as this technology evolves. CTX001 from CRISPR Therapeutics hopefully gets approved by the end of this year, if not 2022. We'll see many changes here, and this space will just explode with positivity and with investors just pouring in once there is a single drug out there that can cure a disease such as sickle cell disease or beta thalassemia. And that's the plan, right? That's the idea that Dr. Sam, the CEO of CRISPR Therapeutics, has been reiterating in his interviews, especially as of late. So over here, right, you see here they're talking about HIV. We talked about the potential market cap. We're looking at like 30 to 40 billion dollars around the world for addressing just the HIV issue, which is just one diseases that out of the hundreds and hundreds of major diseases around the world that are affecting many people around the world. So the potential to eradicate all, if not all, most major diseases is extremely interesting. I didn't want to construct this video around this thesis, right? That CRISPR can definitely address that. This line here, I did want to read it out here. Immune cells such as T cells are genetically modified using viral or non-viral vectors to form antigen receptors, CARs. Okay, on the cell surface, the engineered T cell CARs recognize and kill the targeted tumor cells. Right, so this is one of the CAR T's program that some of these companies also have in the pipeline. So it's not just about curing sickle cell disease or beta thalassemia. This is just step 0.1, right? There's so many other steps to go through, and that's each of those steps will cure one potential disease. And as they cure and get one potential disease tackled right through a drug, once it goes mass market, every single future product that is inserted in their pipeline will naturally decrease in cost and increase in speed, right, to market, right, from all the way to pre-R&D all the way to mass market. This time lapse will reduce, right? CTX001 is literally the longest one compared to the other ones in the future to come, because that's the idea behind it, right? CTX001 first gets approved, and then the FDA, the regulators, and so on can perhaps look at it and reconsider that this is an emergency, right? These diseases are affecting people around the world, right? Whether they're from North America, Europe, Africa, Asia, these are real people being affected every single day, and many families are affected by it. And if there's that technology out there, which we believe there is, if there is a technology out there, in this case CRISPR, that can address those diseases and cancers and infectious diseases, it should definitely be explored, right? We should definitely double down on that. We should definitely do something about that. And this is not just me and you and people on Twitter. This has to be a collective effort, right? This has to be community to community. This has to be governments. Governments have to get involved. Companies have to get involved. Not just the gene editing and / genomics company, but also big institutions. Ark Invest is an example, but there's other institutions have to get involved behind some of these companies, right? So I'm very, very bullish about this. The opportunity is there, right? There is a need to cure serious diseases that are literally killing people around the world. Not just people, there's animals, right? We're talking about plants, we're talking about biotech, plant biotechnology, right? It is affecting people around the world. It is affecting all living species around the world. So I truly believe this technology here, it has potential to address the mass market, right? We talked about constructing a treatment for various genetic diseases such as sickle cell anemia, eye diseases, cancer have shown promising effects on animal models, right? So we know this. This is not anything new, right? This paper is not telling us anything new. It's just basically increasing our conviction, right, behind this technology, right? It's basically telling us, hey, there's so many applications in gene editing, and we have the potential to eradicate all these diseases, and genome editing will definitely have a place in our future. I truly, truly believe that this technology will disrupt many legacy institutions and many big pharma companies that have been unable to address cancer, unable to address diseases around the world at a reasonable cost. This technology will definitely reduce costs and will definitely make healthcare widely available around the world for patients that have serious diseases that are causing many people to lose their life. We're talking about hundreds of thousands around the world. So this is a very serious issue. I mean, I've mentioned this in the past. I mean, I'm all for companies like Apple, companies like Tesla, companies like Microsoft. Like they're delivering great products to their customers, right? Increasing productivity, but ultimately, none of them are curing disease. None of them are providing this type of solution to a serious problem that's affecting communities around the world. And as an investor, as someone who's a little bit more aware, I definitely want to increase this awareness to all of our our investors around the world, right? So this is really, really interesting, guys. I highly advise you guys to look into this paper, but not just this paper, just in this space in general, right? We took a look at just take a look at all these list of cancer diseases, like tumors, like all of this we can address it, right? HIV, melanoma, or like bladder cancer, right? Beta thalassemia, sickle cell disease, all these diseases we can definitely address them. We know like the targeted genes, we have the technology to target that gene and just either delete it, knock it out, or whatever the method is. We have the technology to do it, and it's just a question of having the right investors behind the right companies and having the FDA and the regulators basically to accept this technology in our space. As long as it's safe, obviously it has to go through all these safety protocols. You don't, again, I mentioned this in the past, you don't want to introduce a drug in the market and then incur side effects that are very serious and that could slow down the process of gene editing slash CRISPR altogether. So you definitely don't want to do that. But at the same time, it is an emergency. If we can reduce those delays, if we can use big data and artificial intelligence to reduce data, reduce cost, and ultimately have a system where in the next 3 years, the war on cancer will be real. We will be tackling this issue. I truly believe that we can do something significant here. So, and hopefully you feel the same way after watching this video and many other videos on YouTube and following some of the communities such as Twitter and Reddit and so on. I really hope some of you are very, very bullish about the idea of tackling this big issue, not just the pandemics, future pandemics also, but also just all these diseases that are happening around the world, from serious diseases infecting many people around the world. I really believe this is something that we can do something about, and we have the technology, so we should definitely consider doing something about it, right? So that's all I wanted to show you guys today. Hopefully you guys like this video. Please do like, do subscribe. It really, really helps the channel, and it ultimately helps the community. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm getting great feedback. So let's keep this going. Let's keep this momentum going. And I really, really hope you guys took something away from this video and from other videos, right? So thank you much. And maybe next video I'll do something about bioplant technology, but we'll see what I end up doing. So thank you very much, and have a good day.